Today, we're testing some of the weirdest tactics I could find on the internet. And today, we're using Crystal Palace, a notorious mid-table team in the Premier League, in order to do these tactics. Now, this tactic is an interesting one. I found it on Twitter just like all the rest of these, so make sure to post your tactics onto Twitter. I might make another one. I've now simmed the entire season and I've been sacked, and Crystal Palace are down in 17th. So I'm not sure what's happened there, because I know they have the players for this tactic to work, but unfortunately I was not able to lead Crystal Palace to a very good place in the Premier League. Now, if I go into fixture schedule as well, this happens, and when I click down here, I'm not able to check it. So we've got these three, and other than that, we've got nothing else. So I'm not able to check the fixtures, unfortunately. On to the next tactic. Right, the second tactic looks like this. No striker. We've got Jean-Philippe Mateta on the team, and we've got no striker. So I just want to see how the AI lines this team up. And it's an interesting one. So it puts Raksaki in there, who doesn't play for a team. If I do quick pick, it looks something like this. So Mateta, by the looks of it, would just play nowhere, which is quite interesting. Let's get into simming. Right, I've been sacked again. Fantastic. And once again, I can't get into the fixture schedule. I'm not sure if this is a bug, but I'm not able to get into the schedule, unfortunately. But what I can see is that Crystal Palace have only won 4 games this season. Can't see that either. I like this. I can't see the games they have drawn. I've hovered over it. I can't check that. And I can't check the games they have lost, which is really good. But what we do know, out of the very limited information that FM is giving us, is that they are in 19th. And one thing I am going to actually do is I'm going to check the top scorers. Yeremy Pino, Uche and Ismail Assar are the top 3. Very nice. And the top assists are also Pino, Wharton and Nketiah. Oh, Nketiah has 6 goals and 5 assists. Obviously no Mateta, because he obviously doesn't fit into the tactic. Anyways, yeah, that's really it. On to the next one. Right, this last tactic is probably the weirdest one I've seen yet. The in possession has no defenders and the out of possession has no attackers. So I'm excited to see what this can do and how long it takes until I'm sacked. This time though, I'm going to monitor a lot more often whether I have been sacked or not, because this one is very, very interesting. I'll see you soon. Right, I know I'm only in December, but I have loaded an older save file in which I'm not sacked. So this is one game before I got sacked, and we can see how this tactic has been working for us. A couple of wins dotted in there. 1 win in the Conference League to Cluj, 1 win to Gillingham, and our last win before I got sacked, 6-3 to Brighton. With this very interesting tactic, we can see here we've lost 7-3 to United at home. But overall, other than that result, I mean, 6-3 here as well. We've not been losing by massive margins, but we have been leaking goals for sure. 4-0 actually to Liverpool here. So by the big teams, we definitely get exposed. Actually, here we go. We lost 2-0 to Cluj. So because we lost that, we actually got knocked out of the Conference League. That is very interesting. I do also want to see how many goals we've been scoring. Mateta with 9. Okay. Nketiah with 5. Not a lot, to be honest. Not as many as I would have thought, but I mean, the formation is definitely interesting. Maybe just too much of a transition. Oh my god, look at the state of this combined. It might be a lot harder for them to transition, because I mean, the strikers have to drop all the way down to DM, and then obviously the wingers have to go to fullbacks. So it's an interesting tactic for sure. And I'm not sure how they've made this work, but Crystal Palace and myself have not been able to make it work. But anyways, we've played 3 different tactics and we got sacked all 3 times. So maybe I'm doing something wrong, but that is how it went today. So if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.